back. We've looked at a lot of things for you on the programme tonight to do with the Chancellor's autumn statement, but I think it's pretty clear the bottom line is there are some people who are really struggling at the moment. We're getting so many messages on the 5 phone tonight. We are, I think, in an unprecedented situation at the moment, aren't we?
We really are going to read out some of your messages in a moment, but we want to make sure that there is some practical help that can make a difference. We're joined now by Tayo Oguntanade, who's hopefully has a lot of advice out there.
It's a bit of pressure on you tonight.
Absolutely. I say, well, first of all, what did you make of the autumn statement? It seemed like a mixed bag.
It definitely was a mixed bag, and it's a really, really difficult time right now, as we know. But there was some beams of some sunlight for some people. So, for example, we've got things like the increase in benefits. It's going up with inflation, which is going to help a lot of households that really need it and will need it over the next 6 months. We also got the pensions, which I guess that settles a lot of the people that were worried about their pensions effectively. And then we've also got things like the national living wage and minimum wage, which has been increased as well. So in those specific cases, there are some benefits to this autumn statement.
And yet there are people who'll be watching you tonight who are in a desperate situation. People like Kelly, who we heard from talking to Julian in Blackpool. Once she's paid her bills, she's got kids, she's got £20 left to spend on everything else she needs. She hasn't got a fridge freezer at the minute. She can't even think about getting that until January. How can you cut your cloth accordingly when there's so little cloth?
Honestly, I think you've hit the nail on the head. We're keeping less of what we earn, and then we've seen that with the income tax changes as well. I guess right now, one of the only things we can do to fight back is budgeting on our side. So there's a lot of conversations about people using smart meters to find out how much energy they're actually using, and also using smart banking apps or using websites so you can budget online and see exactly where your money is going and just keep tighter hold of the money that you are making.
Let's take a look at some of those messages that we were talking about. We asked people, you know, what do they make of the autumn statement? Sarah Judin from Nottingham says, very poor autumn statement. How can you increase benefits by 10%? That's what you were talking about, Tayo. And nurses' pay rise by 3%. Unfair. Mark from Nottingham says, I've been so nervous today waiting for this statement. As suspected, it was another blow to the low working class. Fingers crossed it's going to be a warm winter. Ian from Birmingham, meanwhile, says, what a great budget, something for all, especially the vulnerable. Stuart from Oxford says, I'm glad we have a Chancellor who sees the reality of the situation. It will be tough for all, but worthwhile. And Robert from Aberdeen says, I'm happy with the news regarding the pension rise. It's been long overdue. I think Mr Hunt has done a great job, considering, actually, Robert, my mum would have really liked that pension rise as well. But in terms of, Tayo, in terms of advice, what people can do to save some money, is anything else you can give to anybody out there? So
I guess there's a lot of things that are making people have less household income after their bills are paid. One of the things is mortgage rates going up. So it just means that your people will be paying more on their mortgages. On the flip side, their interest rates will be going up as well. So if people are looking to save money, we should see banks start to offer more attractive rates. It's funny because there definitely is a mixed bag from people, because people will benefit in different ways from it. I guess one of the ladies that was on earlier mentioned about the NHS. Even though there is more money going to the NHS, it feels like it's too little too late at times, doesn't it?
And it's hard, isn't it, to even think about saving money for the vast majority of the population. And if you've got savings, you're probably going into them to try and supplement what you're earning. And then if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, that's so difficult to do when there's so little money around.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I guess things like the energy bills right now, we're spending so much of our household income on energy bills. And I know there has been some changes to that. And the typical household will spend about £3,000 from April on energy bills. And it's something that, as homeowners and people that just have to pay energy bills in the UK, is something that we're just going to have to balance and budget and kind of find the money. But it's an extremely difficult time, and there's no hiding that whatsoever.
Tayo, thank you very much for coming in. I know you can't help everybody, but there's some handy advice in there. Thank you.
Thank you.